I want to talk about resistant measures. So recall that we called a good measure of center a typical value. So I want you to consider this, this data over here. This is the call length in minutes of cell phone calls. So you can see I've got a bunch of small calls, the biggest one being 7. And then I have this one call, 48 minutes. That's probably talking to my sister, you know. And the other call is real short. Sounds just like me. All right. So if I calculate the mean of those, I would just take, you know, this is going to be 1. And oh, by the way, this symbol, let me write the symbols, X, of all the calls is, we're going to say this is a sample of all my calls. This is X bar. So I'm going to take 1 plus 7 plus, you know, and go all the way up to 6. So this one. And then multiply by however many there are. There's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I got 12 calls. And this happens to be 7.3 minutes. So that's my average. The median, the way I do that guy is first I have to sort on my calls from smallest to largest. All right, so I got 1, 2, I got 2 1s. Let's see here. I got a 2. And let's see. I got 1, 2, 3 3s. 1, 2, 2 4s. I got a 5 and a 6. And then I got my 7 and 48. I can't put those close together, so let's put some commas in there. All right. And so the median would be let's see, we've got 12, so 12 plus 1 over 2, that's 6.5. So it's going to be the mean of the 6th and 7th observation. So I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so the median is 3.5 minutes. All right, so the median, there we go, 1, 2, 3, it's right. So here's the median. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So the 7th one, this guy right here is the 7th, is 7 minutes. So here's my mean. All right, so there's only one call that's over 7 minutes, this guy. Everything else is less. But look, X bar is over 7 minutes. And the reason that X bar, the mean, is so high is because of this guy. Because when I added up all these up, I had 1 plus 7 plus 4 plus 1. If I left out the 48, then I would have something probably around 3.5 minutes. I'd have, you know, something right in the middle of here. But because of this outlier pulls that mean up to a higher value, right? So that is because, all right, the 48-minute call and what we say is that it influences the mean. All right, so this is an influential point. This 48 minutes is very influential as far as the mean is concerned. But look at the median. It's right in the middle of all these typical values of calls. All right, so the median, this guy is resistant to the extreme outlier. It's right there, right in the middle of all the data. All right. So we say a numerical summary is resistant if extreme values do not affect its value substantially. In fact, if we got rid of this 48, right? If we said, okay, I'm going to get rid of this 48, all I would do was move my position from the 6.5 position to the 6 position. So it would just be, my median would be 3 instead of 3.5. So it's not going to change much. My median is always going to be right in the center. But if I got rid of this 48, my mean would change. So that's what it means being affecting it. It is affecting the mean. Okay, so when we have data that looks like this, all right, and it's extremely skewed. So those outliers and even just extreme skewness will pull the mean away from the middle of the data and toward the outliers. All right, so if I have a high outlier like this one, the mean is going to be bigger than the median. If I had extreme skewness on the left side, the mean would be toward the left and it would be less than the median. All right, so anytime we need to say, well, what's a typical call, we're not going to use 7.3 minutes. We're going to use this median. So we tend to use the median as my measure of center for distributions that are extremely skewed or have extreme outliers. Otherwise, if the data is symmetric or just somewhat skewed, we use the mean as a measure of center. So basically, we can always use the median. The median is always a good measure of center. But we tend to use the mean a lot because it has a lot of other good properties that we like. And so if we can use it in statistics, we use it. Otherwise, if I have data that's too skewed or has extreme outliers, I'm going to use this median.